How many copies of the same thing I need? Alright, we live. We are. Oh, probably do something then, eh? See if I can get, see if I can get this actually working again, because it's been so long since I've worked on the damn thing. So MIDIpunk, right? We've got to connect to DevBox. Our little dev box, which I should open source one day as well. This little mobile thing. There we go. Dev box time. All right, let's go. See if we can find this workspace. Open workspace. File, workspace. We're gonna go. Wait, MIDIpunk's not even in here. What the heck? I wonder if that's because I can't really compile it and upload it remotely. Maybe I can. Maybe there is a way to do that. I don't want to work on that today, though. That's going to be a waste of time. So I guess what I'm doing instead is close remote connection. And we're going to go open. Let's see. Open workspace. Let's see what we've got here. Let's go to our dev drive. Repos. MIDI key. Stash punk. Did I put it in the wrong place, maybe? Nope. Oh dear. That's not a good start. Oh, you know what? I don't even think it's in a repo yet. I think it's actually running on the Raspberry Pi. That's risky, but you know, you got to risk it for the biscuit sometimes. Let's plug this dude in then. I don't have a long enough USB-C cable. Oh, it's always something. A USB-C cable when you need one. What the heck's going on? Right, I have a USB-C to USB-C and a power thing. Do I have a PowerPoint? I do on the floor. It's not going to be of any use. Well, that's it. I give up. No. Oh. Alright, I'll steal a USB-C cable from somewhere else. Let's see if my streaming computer has enough USB guts to power a Raspberry Pi. It does. She lives. Beautiful. Now let's hope there's no smoke coming out of the circuit board, because this thing's been sitting absolute mess for a long time. So smoke is not a good way to test if things are correct. I must say that as a PSA, because you see smoke, it's too late. Right. Okay. Good. We got that. So now it's a matter of finding out if we can find out the username and password for this thing. The other thing I need to find out is the IP address of it. I think it's connected to Wi-Fi, so we should be able to figure out the IP without too much trouble. But let's see what happens. Okay, so how am I going to do this? Okay, apparently that's not a thing. Oh, wait, it is a thing. Playhool. It's not public facing, so you know. There we go. Sweet. Let's go to clients and we should see. No, actually, I should probably hide this, you know. Oh, I don't have the hide screen. I had the, I did have this, didn't I? Okay, but my Stream Deck's not configured to toggle it, so that's annoying. Source, video. That's what I thought. So I should be able to toggle that, right? There we go. Dennis Nedry, classic character. Oh shit. My bad. Okay, DHCP. I need to find out the IP address of the Raspberry Pi. MIDIpunk. Oh, it's even got a host name. Beautiful. 1.120. Right, let's go. Stop hiding our screen. Let's go into PowerShell here. Old Windows. Let's make the text bigger. Okay, so we'll go SSH. I think it's the mess at 1. The authenticity can't be established. MIDIpunk.local. Oh, okay. So we can just do that. MIDIpunk. Oh, just MIDIpunk probably, eh? Right, let's see if I can remember the password. Beautiful. Alright, I'm going to make a note of that. Password. I'm not going to write the actual password. I'll just go my my normal boring temp dev 1 lower case, no symbol. There we go. Figure that, crack that one. I bet somebody will. Not that matters. I don't use that password for anything else except for stuff that can be hacked, so it's all good. Let's connect to a host. Connect current window to host even. Let's add new SSH host. We're going to go SSH mit the mess at MIDIpunk. Select SSH configuration folder update. Yeah, we'll just go with that one. Sure, host added. Sweet. Does that mean it's connecting? Platform with the remote host is Linux. Can't remember if I ended up watching the whole Linus squared. Or Linus, I don't know. Linus meets Linus video. Linus tippity ticks. Tick tips. Okay. Setting up. Oh, password. That one. Is it doing a thing? It is doing a thing. Hey, connected to remote. Here we go. Pretty sure I had a workspace for this, but you know, don't show again. Maybe we should make a workspace, because I'm going to need a workspace for this. How do I not have a workspace for this already? It doesn't make any sense. I swear I should have a workspace. Let's just have a look for MIDI. Let's search for MIDIpunk code workspace. Well, there you go. Apparently I do already. Let's load that up, eh? See what happens. Yes, I trust. Man, I was way ahead of myself. That's awesome. Okay, let's put that over here, and we'll put this over here. We're going to go software block diagram, which at the moment isn't really showing a lot. How do we close that there? I'm pretty sure this is like actually totally wrong. So we're going to have to update this. I'm going to do some nice documentation. Still setting up host. Initial. Oh, okay. I need to do this again. What the heck? What? That's dumb. Pretty sure I was typing in the password right. Oh, it's got the wrong host name. I don't know if I should be showing that. Not a good idea. Host, MIDIpunk. Oh, we'll just go... We'll just change it to .local. SSH configuration file. Let's reload window. Password the mess, that's better. Alright, we're in. Here it is. Ah, right, now we should have, let's have a look at extensions here. We should have platform.io installed, but we should add it to workspace recommendations. MIDIpunk. Oh no, workspace. That's what we want. Installing. Alright, I haven't done any development on this. Well, it's not actually... I don't actually need platform.io for this. This is just Raspberry Pi. Like, this is not... Okay, I think one of the first things I need to do is actually... have I got Git installed on here? I do. So let's have a look at Git status. Your branch is up to date with Origin MIDI input. Is it? Can't type. Show get output. I want get graph. I'll add that to recommendations. Workspace recommendations is pretty handy because if you're moving machine or loading it up somewhere else, you can just go into your workspace recommendations somehow. Pretty sure it normally shows that. Anyway. What have we got here? What have we got actually installed here? Platform.io. GitHub Copilot. I do want Copilot, so we're going to enable that, and we're also going to add it to the recommendations. And GitHub pull request, I don't think we need. We've got Copilot chat. That's all good. I definitely don't need these. So WordPress can go bye-bye. Draw IO is great. We definitely want that. What else have I got here? What other rubbish? What other rubbish do we have here? Nothing that I think I particularly want. Laravel. No thanks, not today. Not until next year, please. That would be nice. Path and TeleSense. Yeah, right. I think that's good. I think we want that. We got all that crud in there. Proto buffs. I was thinking about protocol buffers, but I'm not sure. For like API communication, but I think I was going overboard. I think it's just because I wanted to do it. I think it was one of those things that I just wanted to use protocol buffers and quick protocol for an API. There's no particularly good reason for that, and that's not a good thing because more complicated than just a simple REST API. I'm pretty sure I said enable. Alright, whatever. Right, so the question is, can we run MIDIpunk? And the answer is maybe. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Okay, I need larger font size. There we go. So let's go code config.yaml. Okay, cool. So this is our configuration file that we were using to play around with. So I guess what I actually need is I need to plug in some MIDI devices. So let me grab a couple of MIDI devices. That I prepared earlier. We have the Oxygen Pro Mini. The Oxygen Pro Mini, and we have the Behringer JT4000 micro hybrid modeling synthesizer, which is very dusty because I never use it. So this is all, you know what, I think we'll go, because this has got a MIDI out 3.5 mil, so we'll go out into MIDIpunk. So this will be configured as an input, and then we'll go USB out of the Raspberry Pi into the JT4000. Sounds like a super duper plan to me. Cool, cool. So I need a USB data cable that's actually going to work. Which is surprisingly difficult to find. Right, so the Oxygen Pro Mini needs to be powered by USB, so I have a USB cable for that. I don't want to fuse myself, so I'm not going to plug it into the Raspberry Pi. I'm just going to... Okay, so that's good, that's going. And then... So I need a 3.5 to DIN connector. Like so, one that I prepared last year or something. I don't know. So we'll plug that in here very carefully because this is not by any means stable. And there we go. And then this has got a MIDI output on the back. MIDI out. Well, I don't like that. That's not a good sign. Yeah, that's okay, that's weird. Right, so if this is configured as an output, the tip of the TRS connector is 5 volts. So if I ground that, it's basically shorting out. Which isn't ideal, because like the whole point... Oh no, that's not true. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I've actually never thought of that before. So TRS kind of shorts out when you plug it in. Which isn't ideal. Did that actually shut down the Pi? That's the other thing. Like, am I actually still live in here? I am. That's quite strange, actually. Okay, so it's not like a killer short. It's just I mean, ideally MIDI devices are okay. Well, that's a good sign, right? So I can plug that in, and it didn't reset things. I think. Yeah, I can still type. Go MIDIpunk. Go run MIDIpunk. Go. Goodness sakes. Using log level none. Log level equals debug. Set to output high. Available MIDI input ports. Right, so I don't think I've got this configured properly, so let's kill this. Let's go back into config and let's see what we've got here. We've got the one USB as the output, and we've got the DIN. Oh, that is correct. So DIN input. Alright, so, and then we've got route MIDI-DIN to SQ64, and that's, I don't know, these are just labels. Doesn't actually matter. God, this is the problem with not working on a project in ages. You just forget where you're up to, and it's so hard to get back on track sometimes. But I think I made enough notes and enough stuff to not completely have screwed myself up here. So I still need that USB cable. It's USB-A to USB-C, and I had one just before that I was playing around with. And of course, oh no, I ended up using that for the Raspberry Pi, so I should have another one. My little bag of tricks, my little cable bag. It's not looking good, Captain. know I have one. It's got to be in the bag somewhere, probably. Ah, perfect. Got you. Okay, so that goes in there, and that goes in there, and boom, we have power on our little baby synth. Good stuff. All right, that's a great start. Okay, so now we should have. So if I set this to debug and actually start this without the flag, does it run in debug mode? It does. Ooh, see, we've got available, it's seeing the... Oh, and it's working. I don't know why it's suddenly working and it wasn't before, but now it's working. Oh, it's because I know why. It doesn't route if the device isn't there. So that's cool. So this is great. And we can do the pitch bend and we can do all sorts of things. I think we're still getting these unknown messages come through every now and then. I don't know, but in general, incomplete message. Yeah, there we go. From DIN 2, send message, incomplete message. So it didn't send it. So, okay. So that's a problem. Like if it doesn't pick up a key out, a note off. But I think like if I just sat there and just kept playing the note, right? It's if I do two very close to each, like if I do this. Right, yeah. Okay, so I'm playing 3 at a time and I get this incomplete message. Doesn't happen often, and I'm thinking it's just because, you know, this is running, oh, you can't see a damn thing I'm talking about here. I think it's just because it's running on a breadboard. Isn't exactly a good low noise environment, you know? Installing platform IO. I actually don't want that anymore. Okay, terminal. Sweet. So that's good. I mean, we're still working. Things are still working. I could actually do a input into the mixer. Perhaps. Maybe. I don't know. Can you repeat the question? Okay, so I need to figure out where we're at, because it's been a long time since I've worked on this project, and then we have to do a bit of an update on in GitHub. So if we go to the mess, and we've got Stash Punk, browse organizations repositories, we're going to go Stash Punk. We're going to create a new one, I think. A new repository, and we're going to call it MIDIpunk. Oh my gosh. It's like I've gone on holiday and so is my typing. That's good. Open source hardware MIDI router based on the Raspberry Pi, coded in GoLang. Choose visibility, public. Add a readme. Add a get ignore. Add a license. I can never remember which one's which. I'm just going to open up my other browser quickly here because I asked it not long ago, so I should still have the answer there. Now, kids, ChatGPT does not always tell the truth. Remember that, okay? Right, here we go. Where is it? It is... We've got everything from convert WebP to Uint8 list for Dart to WireGuard configuration to nutritional value of ramen to Bandcamp response ideas. Non-drill PCB alternatives. I have no idea. Unconventional refrigerants. Off-gassing and degradation of plastic recycling. I really do ask a lot of random questions. Which is great because I feel like all of these questions do not lead to these companies making money out of me. You know? It's not like I'm like, which pants do I look best in kind of thing. Which, you know, I'd say that in a voice which is like I'm making fun of people who ask that. I'm not. But... coping with tenancy issues. Yeah, God. Gone through a lot of stuff here. I just want the licenses. I wish you could search... oh, you can search chats. Licenses. Open sourced. Open source licenses. Here we go. Come on, baby. Okay, no, that sucks. Give me... okay, so apparently I didn't do it when I was signed in. So let's just search on something that I am actually signed in on. So let's go... give me a rundown between Apache License 2.0 and GNU GPL v3. Two in a cage. Yeah, I want the one where you have to keep it open sourced, which is GPL v3. I really like that. I think I'm going to go with that. What you want Copilot to build? Nothing, thanks, because I'm already halfway down the rabbit hole with this. So we are going to... we'll just do it one word. No need for complicated characters or anything like that. We'll just call it MIDIpunk. Actually, we'll just go MIDI. Create repo. Boom. Right, now what we have to do is somehow link that to our local repo, which, you know, I don't think it is a repo at the moment, so... well, I didn't think it was. Maybe it is, actually, now I look at it. Folder settings. Let's show these. There we go. Okay, so it looks like I might have already had a remote configured, but refs, remotes, MIDI input, MIDIpunk, refs, remotes, origin, main. The MSNZ MIDIpunk main. What? Wait, do I have it? Nah, bro. Did I make a totally separate GitHub account for this? Well, that seems like a waste of time. I don't want a totally separate GitHub account. I just want to use my organization on my personal one. So I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. Yeah, I've got the MSNZ. So if I go... MIDIpunk Sandy Key, Why? Oh, okay. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense why I had a separate one. I think I need to migrate over to this one. I really do want it under my own personal account. In the end. I think so. We got to see how far updated. See, I went for Apache license there. 8 months ago. Holy moly. Yeah, well, this has got nothing in it, so there's nothing valuable here at all. So I think we can just forget about it. I'll just blow this account away. I'll rename it. I'll rename the account so I can... The Mess NZ. I don't like that name. Change your organization's avatar. Organization. Display name, email will be public. nz.themess@gmail.com. Building open sourced technology for everyone. Socials. So I get so distracted by this stuff. It's great. I love it. So we'll go YouTube. We'll go X. We'll go Medium, which, you know, I don't even know if I'm going to use. It would be nice to write some articles and stuff, but I should just do my own website. That's really the key, isn't it? Zealand. New Zealand. Billing address is not. That's my business one there. Link Patreon. No. Upload a new picture. Oh, there we go. I can put my website URL in there, so I'll do that another time. So let's have a look. Let's go to the Mess business. Streaming? Atom. Have a look. Different view here. We'll go medium icons. Hello? Why is it? What the hell? Oh, okay. It's just in the corner. It's like some overlay thing. For streaming, I guess. Who would have thought? Do I have anything specifically for the Mess? I do. The Atom. White background? It's pretty dumb. It's pretty dumb. Why did I just... Oh my god, I just lost everything I did. Why did I click on that? Painful. Set new profile picture. Boom. The Mess. Building open source technology for everyone. New Zealand. Zealand. Land of the Hobbits. Land of cows and sheep and Kiwis. That's probably the first thing I should have gone for, eh? Right. We will go link. Comparing, I'm just like talking to myself right now because, you know, who knows, some crazy person might end up coming here and watching the VOD or something, scrubbing through it and hear me yapping. But See, why is this still not a thing? Profile picture. But yeah, my banter, when nobody's here and I'm literally just talking to myself, is pretty much like, it's really obvious that it's just me talking to myself, because like that's basically how I talk to myself in my head. Anyway. Okay, let's close that down for now, and we're going to, so we got main branch, which is fantastic. So we are going to close out of MIDIpunk here, and we are going to somehow relink to this. Yeah, so we're going to go GitHub, we're going to go, see, how do you access code? So we go SSH, so it's the mess NZ. Right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, makes sense, doesn't it? The mess NZ. So we're just going to go like that, and we're going to go midipunk.git, and we're going to go like the mess NZ, the mess NZ, MIDIpunk main. We're going to save that, and things are going to probably break. So let's go to get graph and see what we've done. Get graph. Alright, so we've got a local branch here, so let's go fetch and see what happens. Fetch and prune from remote. Oh, we're not going to have an SSH key set up. Oh yeah, beautiful. Okay. Config. Yeah, that's good actually, because now we've got these two completely separate branches. We've got origin, head, origin, main. We just need to rebase. Basically what we want to do is go in here using the log level. We've got this port config business going on. We've got config YAML. I am just going to do a git stash. Save the working tree and go back to the graph. So now that is stashed, we should be able to delete this branch. Probably going to need to force delete it. Okay. Right, now we've got MIDI input there. So we can now switch to actual origin main. Check it out, and we've got the code that is sitting on GitHub right now. I don't know why those changed. Oh, yeah, I kind of do actually. Okay, so let's close everything. Finally getting organized with this now. I've actually got time to think about it. Okay, so we've got readme.md. So I reckon what we do is we just completely blow over everything in here, maybe except for the license. We can probably just like copy, we could probably just copy this and go GNU v3 is what I want. Oh, wait. Alias license. I see. I see. So it's yep, I get it. Okay, so we're going to hide this branch. Hide that file, sorry. So we'll go folder settings. and we will restore the defaults. What's in VS Code? So yeah, launch and settings. So I need to launch type go, mode debug, program, file. Oh, so we just put in the file name that we want to run and debug. Fair enough. Settings is blank. That's all good. I'm happy with that. We got this MIDIpunk thing here, which is a binary file. I think that's the compiled program. Get ignore is just a standard go, get ignore. We've got our readme, which I don't know if I actually have a readme sorted for this yet. So, I mean, we could have a look in here. Initial commit back here, readme. I don't think I did any more work on it than that. So, Copilot instructions, they might be handy actually, but of course we're going to rebase on top of whatever we publish here, so it looks like we'll be safe to save that, and probably delete that. Go to source control. Now we will go VS Code, shenanigans, sync changes. Let's see if we're allowed to do that. Do we have the permissions? We should. No, I don't. Ah, dang it. No, I don't want to create a fork. Thank you very much. So I need to, what I need to do is add my SSH key into the trusted SSH keys on GitHub. So I need to, yeah, I need to go home.ssh, go cat ID RSA pub. Right, so this is our key for this go away. Jeez. Like, seriously? I know even, thank you. Okay, right, so all we need to do is copy this SSH key, and we need to tell GitHub that any computer identifying itself with this key is trusted. So basically what I've just done is leaked this key, but of course, I still don't think it works because, you know, like, you need the private key as well to do things. Like, it needs to be, you can't just have, so that's, don't share the private key, right? Probably shouldn't share the public key, to be honest, but yeah, whatever. Let's go. So hold up. I'm just going to check that actually. This is intriguing me. Okay, login. Let's log in with the mess Google account. I think that'll work. Continue with Google. Yeah, default, whatever. Turn on temporary chat. No. Okay, so say I'm streaming, just hypothetically, and I show my development, my Raspberry Pi's public SSH key on stream. Right, I want to add this to GitHub to allow access to the repo I'm working on. I'm assuming that just having the public key, you still can't spoof the identity. Like, do you need the private key too? Or is leaking the public key enough for others to assume your identity? is not enough to spoof you. An attacker would still need the private key. That's what I thought. GitHub sends a challenge. Your client signs it with the private key. Your server verifies the signature using the public key. Yes. Without the private key, you cannot authenticate. That's what I thought. I just had to double check that because I'm paranoid as hell being on stream with this. So, all right. So we've got DevBox. I'm not on DevBox, so we're going to go new SSH key, and basically we're going to paste that in there, and we're going to call it the MIDIpunk Raspberry Pi. Now it's going to be an authentication key. We're going to go add, and now I need to use my hardware security key to verify. It is already in use. Bloody, that's just brilliant. I know why too. I know exactly why that is. Because it's in here. Sign in. Wait, how do I sign into this? Can I use Google? Maybe? Maybe I should just switch. Account switcher. Add account. Oh, mean. I love account switches. Continue with Google. The mess. Yes, I do. And there it is. Added on July the 12th. See you later. Go back to Vision. Add the key again. MIDIpunk Raspberry Pi. Boom. Gorgeous. Never used. Read write. Okay. Cool. So now I should be able to go get push. Oops. Slash MIDIpunk. And then go get push. Gorge. It worked. It worked. Okay, so switch context. We're going to go to the mess. And we're going to go to repos. And we're going to see MIDIpunk. And we now have our VS Code Shenanigans folder in there, which I really don't know if I need to commit, but you know, whatever. That's fine. So now we can do the magic of rebasing. So we go to MIDI input, and we are going to go get stash pop, and then we are going to commit these. What's the difference between these two? Oh, MIDI mode. Okay, obviously something was around the wrong way. Defaults, DIN mode, print debug mode. Sweet. The problem is this branch isn't actually based on anything. So we need to rebase onto there. And I think we're going to have to do an interactive rebase. Do we need to do an interactive rebase? No, we'll just rebase. Because basically all the conflicts will come up here and we can manually do the thing. I think we accept current on that one. License, we are going to accept the GNU public license. And then we're going to have a look at README, and I think we're going to accept the current on that as well, because that is better. Oh, and then we're going to merge changes. What? Oh, it's because I didn't save them. Dum. Boom. Get rebase. Oh, okay, fine. I mean, I'm pretty sure IDE files. See, we are ignoring those in that file. I can turn that on again later. It's all good. Allow all incoming changes from the left. Save that. Continue. Oh my gosh, it's happening every time. Why? Why? Oh, Copilot instructions. There. You know what? I'm actually starting to think. Dependency directories. So we actually want to include those? It's interesting. I don't know about that. Okay, we'll redo the Copilot instructions later, so I think we'll just keep the current one for now. Let's go. Alright, so we have got more get ignore issues. We've got env file, which is fine. We're still including the vendor file. I don't actually know what's changed, so we're just gonna grab that. We'll be fine. 19. Oh, it's always that. I'm just going with it now. I'm just rolling, just YOLOing it. I'm just gonna say, let's go, and we're done. Right, so now this should all be based off main. We should be able to publish the branch nicely, and that should now appear in our branch list. MIDI input add. Yeah. Beautiful. That's a good thing. Lovely. Okay, now we have... Now this is public. Brilliant. So we are going to... continue on. You know, I just want to... So I want to get back clear with where I'm actually at. Okay. And then module. We'll do a global search on the mess. Here it is. So we'll do a find and replace the mess in Z, and basically we're just going to replace that with the mess in Z. Sounds good. Replace all. Yes. So we're going to go repo name update. Great. We'll pin get graph because we use it all the time. And now we're going to go methodically go through all this, and we're actually going to draw this diagram out, I think, because I need to know exactly where I'm at right now, so we can go. Get it? Because that's the programming language we're in. Haha, yeah. Get ignore. Right, so VS Code folder. I guess we don't want that. Okay, so we're just gonna, we're just gonna get ignore it. Which I'm not actually sure. I think that happens after we push it up next time. I can't remember how that works with a folder that you've already pushed up. Vendor folder. So at the moment we are keeping the vendor folder. I actually think I don't want to keep the vendor folder. And we've also got Copilot instructions here. So I feel like we want to keep the Copilot instructions. Maybe it's time to regenerate them. I think now we're at a good point where things are working. Let's have a look. So we've got MIDIpunk Go. So we've got software block diagram. We've got this main module. So pretty much we're going to group these, and we're going to call the group MIDIpunk.go. Okay, so main function is the entry point into this code. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've used this as well. So how the heck do you draw? How the heck do you just make like a line or something like that? Or can you not? Is that not a thing? I don't know. Okay. So main function. So we've got defer MIDI.close driver. So that, in other words, defers closing the MIDI driver until the end of the function when main. So log level. So we're going to parse the config file. So we're going to. There's got to be like a nice way to lay this out. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go crazy for now. I'll just give myself heaps of space. And so this will actually become a group, I think. So we'll grab all those and we'll group them, a subgroup, and we'll go bootstrap. So we're going to go as command line arguments. Parse command line, which is log level, basically, I think is the only thing. Flag.parse. Flags are from the import. Okay, so flag is a Go thing. We're going to parse those. And we're going to go config, load the config. I feel like I need to do this one block at a time because it doesn't make any sense having multiple things in one block. So let's grab this. Can we actually move this? There we go. Gorge. Config, load, configuration, config.yaml. On failure, it's going to be a, because, okay, so this is the thing about Go, like you have to deal with errors, right? So, well, in theory. So if there's an error, fatal. So we die. We literally, like, die if we can't. Determine initialize logger from so log level determined by command line /config. Sweet. MIDIpunk starting. So, and now we want to create the port mappings. From config.yaml. So let's see if we can make sense of our old code here. I feel like I don't like the... Can Go have trailing commas? Kind of looks like it can't. Because what I really want to do, and what I like doing, is having these on new lines. That's my personal preference. I hate long lines of code when you're passing in lots of arguments, right? Oh, it does let you do that. All right, that's actually good. And you can't have named parameters, right? That's not a thing. It's been a long time. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so create from config, go through. So what do we do here? We use MIDI port. It relies on MIDI port. So that's going to be another group, right? Create a group, and we're going to call it MIDIport.go. MIDIport. MIDIpunk/MIDIport. MIDIport. Follow link. Yeah, so I'm actually confused at where that comes from. Oh, it's because we basically what we do, I think, is we just define, yes, but this is all part of the package MIDIport. Okay, so that's easy. So it's just in the folder. That's right. Starting to remember how Go's namespacing works now. It's actually quite cool. I quite like it. All right, so we have imported MIDIport slash MIDIport slash create port configurations from config. So what's this horrible thing we've got here? Port map equals make a map with the key, with a string key. Is that what that means? Oh, my Go syntax is just completely gone, you could say. And then we loop through, and so we've got the key and the actual port. I don't like these small letters. Like, I think I really need to in range config dot ports. So where do we get config from? We load that way back here, so that's actually from the configuration. I'm going to rename these because I can't. Why can't it be renamed? What? Oh, maybe this actually exports. Maybe this actually exports. Load config. Maybe that actually does export CFG. It does. Yeah, and error. So, okay, fair enough. But wait, if I go like that, it just puts, I can call it whatever the hell I want. So why is it telling me that I can't call it? That's weird. Bizarre. Config. Whatevs. Okay. Back here. So we're going to rename P. Can we do that? This element can't be renamed. Why not? I want to find out why. VS Code. Go. This element can't be renamed. Why not? The language server is not properly running or cannot identify the symbol. Ensure the file is saved with it. Yeah. Restart the Go language server. Check the integrated terminal. Please restart VS Code. I mean, maybe I should do that. And I've just been farting around with like the repository a lot, so reload window. So, analysis tools, no missing tools. What about update? New Go version is available. Okay, I don't know if I really want to do that because there might be breaking changes. So, select the tools to update. Language server from Google. Go debugger. Okay. See if this works. Missing that before new line. Okay, well now it seems to be working. Running checks. Okay, so can we rename stuff now? Yay! Good. Okay, so we're going to go through the port map. We're going to load the port map and then basically we are going to from config YAML and we're going to pass to MIDI port to create the port instance. And so then what we have got here, we've got PC port config equals MIDI port, new USB port config, new DIN port config. So I want to know what file this is in. This is in port config.go. Oi, 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 let me, okay, port config.go. All right. And then we're going to create a new thing in here somehow. If we do that, cool. New USB or DIN port config method. So basically we call on that. So we go there, and this returns a MIDI port config. And then okay, let's get our head around this new port config. So that is And basically we want to know what the port config class is. So it's going to be an ID, serial, direction, label. So back in MIDIpunk, let's close to the right. We get this port config, and what do we do with it once we've got it? We add it to the port map. Now the port map basically just sits there. So we've kind of got, it's kind of like a global almost, but not really. It kind of lives in the main function. Might not be the best way to do it. So we'll go var port map. This is a long-lived repository of instantiated MIDI port mappings. In the running application. Why can't I move this? Oh, there we go. Okay. So basically, yeah, we're going to go. So we've got port config, which is going to pass. And it's going to put it into the port map. So once we've created the port map, then we're going to create the routes. Create routes. Oh, it's cool synth sound, this one. Like it. Okay, so now we are going to rename that one and we're going to call it route. This one is going to be port config, and this one is going to be channel. Oh, we'll actually call it MIDI channel. Input. And we'll call that output. Some people will hate me for doing this, but whatever. I don't care. I find it much more readable this way. And so far, I'm the only one working on this, so no, I'm kidding. Right, we will. That looks good. That's easier to read, I think. Okay, so then we'll just set up the routes. So basically create routes. So we're going to again load the configuration. From config.yaml. var config, long-lived configuration options loaded from config.yaml. So hold up. Oh yeah, okay, so you do specify the type of I can't actually remember how this works in Go, like the star. It's like the pointer. It's like it runs function or something. Star string. Pointer to a string. Huh. Anyway, I did write some notes about that somewhere. Pretty sure I did. Like if I go new tab. And we go learning, and we go GoLang, and we go syntax notes. And we look at addressing. A use for working with pointers is used to dereference a pointer to access the value at the address. Oh, yep. That makes sense. So log level just stores a pointer to a string. Right. So we need to dereference that pointer to actually access the value of that string. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, standard dereferencing, really. But I don't work with languages that do dereferencing a lot, so there you go. Learning. Always learning. It's a good thing. Alright. So, next we are going to... So var config, so we load config, and load config gives us a MIDIpunk config. So we go MIDIpunk.MIDIpunk config, right? Mm-hmm. Loaded and parsed from config. Create routes. Cool. So we're going to loop through. Cool. Loop through routes dot inputs. Loop through routes dot outputs. So I need to so we fetch the port config. And then we... Okay, so this is where I need to start looking at the code for routes now, because I cannot remember that. MIDI router. Okay, so we have got route here. A route takes multiple inputs. Right, so we need another group. So we need MIDI router. And within MIDI router, we are going to have port. I think that, I mean, that's actually a separate module. So we're going to go MIDI port. How's this imported? MIDIpunk MIDI port. Yeah, so it's actually MIDI. Oops. Actually, MIDI. Goodness sakes, MIDIpunk / MIDI. MIDI port, right? So this is the core. This is the main package, MIDIpunk, which is basically, we're going to say MIDIpunk.go. And then MIDI router has all of these files in here. So the first thing we're going to have is the route type. Inputs, outputs, and a label. All right. It also has it's almost like I have to group this as well. So we're going to have new route, inputs, outputs, label, returns a new route, obviously. Now these two are going to be grouped, so this is going to be in route.go. Spits out those. And then we add methods to routes. So we've got methods. Wait, new route is a package method. So these methods, route methods, we're going to have get inputs, get outputs, add input, add output, I'm guessing. Beautiful. Okay, awesome. Okay, that's good. What we're going to do with this now is go a MIDI, a route contains multiple inputs and multiple outputs. Now, what is an input? Multiple contains 1 plus route inputs and 1 plus route outputs. Let's make it tidy with a list. A route contains those. Okay, so I like being verbose with, I just can't help myself. I've gone back to just being verbose with my variable names. I'm not smart enough to try and decode them every time. Why make life hard, you know? It's not like it ends up in the actual final binary. It all gets abstracted out and like, you know, obfuscated to a degree. Cat photos, brilliant. All right. And so now we need to define what these are. So we've got MIDI router as our package, and we're going to add route input. Route input.go. So route input is a type, goodness sakes, type, which takes a channel, uint8, it takes a port config, which is a one of those, port configuration, and it takes a label. So this can be duplicated into route output dot go. We're going to go route outputs as a type, and okay, so the start listening method is pretty important, right? So we're going to go route input dot start listening message channel chan. So basically this is a returns an input message channel. Wait. Hold up. Doesn't make any sense. Let's have a look at channels. Concurrency. Go routines. Channels. Send. Produce means this function can only send values into the channel. Consume. Okay, it doesn't quite make any make sense to me. Start listening. Send values into the channel. So start listening. Input meaning route input. Hold up. So as a route input, yeah, it comes from a MIDI device. E.g., in other words, MIDI messages from the hardware device, like a MIDI controller. Just to clarify for myself, because I'm a dum-dum. So that's all good. So we are now going to go back here, and we're going to say returns an input, returns a Go channel, a Go chan, where messages from the port, where MIDI messages from the input port, e.g. MIDI controller, are sent for redistribution to outputs. Okay, I think that makes sense for my future self. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Route. Yep. Okay, so then this is going to effectively be the same. I assume, like, why wouldn't they have labels as well, right? Okay, route inputs, route outputs. Start listening. Message channel. MIDI.message. Type is a MIDI.message. Channel data type is a MIDI.message. Yep. All right. Cool. I better check that though. I mean, these are pretty much identical, right? Yeah. Although there's something different about them, I'm not sure that it's... Oh, because outputs don't listen. We don't have a listener to an output, right? Route outputs don't listen. They or even broadcast. They tell the router MIDI router where to send the messages. The router actually does the sending. I don't know why I did this differently to how I did these. I don't feel good about it. I feel like I need to redo that. So let's go new group, and we'll call this route input.go, right? And then we're gonna basically just create a new card where we will chuck this in here, and we will resize this to something appropriate, and that can go in here. Oh, I see. Do your documentation right, and your future self will be much happier. And anyone else who feels like working on your project for you. So that's route input, and now we need route output.go. There's another one. So route output.go. Yeah. And let's sort our life out here for a minute. If okay, nice. MIDIpunk / MIDI router. And we're not done yet. We've still got the actual router itself. So we're going to create a new group for that, and we're going to go router.go. That's where the magic happens, I think. Router.go. So yeah, this is a pretty intense file. So how does it work? Let's reverse engineer our own stuff. Message with source wraps a MIDI message with information about where it came from for routing decisions. Okay. I don't know what that means yet, but that's fine. There's a type. So it has a message, which is a MIDI.message, obviously. We have a source port, which is a port config, MIDI port.port config. And we have a channel for channel specific input. Wrapper to MIDI.message to include routing information about its origin. That makes sense. I felt like I should, yeah, make those a little nicer. Now, can we actually change the size of this text? Not easily. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just gonna do that. That's all good. And I think we do that with all of these. Actually, I think we bold and italic them. It just makes them look like some kind of a heading. I don't need that. That's redundant. Returns a new route. Why is my music stopped? Synthwave. 4.5 hours. That should do. So we'll just go methods. Route types, we'll go properties and methods. There we go. Now we know what we're talking about, you see, and we can space that out a little bit more. This can get smaller, save a bit of space. This is good. Okay, I'm very happy I'm doing this. Like, this is going to help development. It's getting to that point where my context window is starting to fail. So we actually want the router itself. Should be a singleton. I'm not sure if I actually worked out how to do that or not. Do singletons and Go. But I guess we'll find out. So we'll go properties. And we're going to have routes, which is a, it's going to be a list of pointers to routes. We're going to have, message channel, which is going to be a chan with type message with source. Stop funcs is going to be an array of functions. What do these actually do? Store individual stop functions for each input port. Okay. Store. New line. Store the stop listening functions for each input port. So that comes from, these come from start listening. So if I go to routeinput.go, we go start listening, and we get a returns a listen. Okay. That's actually not quite right, that wording there. So this listens to a Go channel where MIDI messages from the input port are sent. Returns a stop function. See MIDI router. Channel type is MIDI.message. So we can go store the stop listening functions for each input port that we got from running routes input.start listening. And we'll put some purpose in here. We'll say the MIDI router calls this method. And look after the channels and stop functions. Yeah. So stop functions. And send functions by port ID. Now this I have absolutely no idea what that is. So that's, yeah. This is reverse engineering here. I have no idea what this is about. So let's have a look at this. Sender. What is the sender? It is a map with a string key that stores functions which take a MIDI message. Okay. What's the string though? Like, right, okay. Get sender. Okay. I know what this is now. Probably could have actually made sender its own type. I think we might do that. I think it might be clearer if sender is an actual type of its own, rather than just being a random map. Like if we got like a, instead of getting this random ass function that takes a MIDI message and error thing, like I reckon if we got a MIDI sender or something like that, a MIDI message sender, yeah, that might be good. Map string sender function. Stores a map of port IDs, string, and their associated sender functions. Each port should only have one sender. As, yeah. Map of, okay, so they must be output port IDs. So it's weird. This takes a port config, not an actual port. So we're, yeah, that's a bit weird. Okay, MIDI port config.go. Again, I think I've done the weird thing here. Port config new. Yeah, okay. Go. We'll do it properly. We'll go create group and we'll go port config.go. Drag that in there. Drag that in there. And that's going to be a type. Bold italic. It's going to be a, that's just going to be like a, it's kind of like a class method, I suppose. So if we go new USB port config and have a look at that MIDI port dot, yeah, it's kind of like a package method. I don't know what they call those. Yeah. ID serial. Okay. Let's go ID port type, which is a port type. We've got ID, which is a string. We've got direction, which is a port direction. We've got serial, which is a string. We've got label, which is a string. Now serial is USB device serial identification. Unique device serial identification. There we go. Label string, that's for the UI. And then we've got DIN port, which is of type DIN port, which is of type int, which is an int. But we do define DIN 1, 2, 3 constants here. So it's like dart enum. This is dart enumming. Const. Oh yeah, it's like advanced. Yeah, okay. So type. I don't know why my chat's not working. What the hell's going on here? Inline suggestions. Okay. See what it comes up with. Nothing. That's real helpful. Oh, yeah, good. DIN port. DIN port represents one of the 4 hardware DIN connectors. And that's overloaded with some methods. Yeah, we have, I mean, not, yeah, I don't know. We've got some methods, instance methods on DIN port. Yeah, so select pins, which is for the GPI opens on the Raspberry Pi. We've got the serial path on the Raspberry Pi for that DIN port. DIN select, which is for toggling input-output mode. And we've got the instruction for setting the pin high or low, depending on the mode. So that's great. Okay, that's all making sense to me. It's all coming back to me now. Message with source. Message with source. Yum. Okay, this is good. This is obviously the entry point. I don't think we need to specify that any further. Let's go to... Oh, excuse me. Port config. Where were we before? We had route input, route output. We're happy with those. I think we're going through router still. I was talking about get sender. Might be nice to return a typedef function signature rather than just a random thing, so we know exactly what we're getting. Okay, so we've got the router type, we've got the message with source type, and then, the router start method. So we've got properties, and now we're going to have to go through. All right, so what we're going to have to do is move this out to the side, I think. Make this a hell of a lot bigger. Move this out to the side. So we've got properties, stop funcs, and we've got senders. Each output port should only have one sender. Wait, hang on. A sender, each output port. Yeah, right. Okay, that makes sense. An input port doesn't need a sender. All right. Now we go through methods. So we go methods. We've got new router. Does what it says on the box. Creates a new instance of router. So this is interesting. It dereferences. Hang on. Let's try and understand this. So new router takes routes. And the given list of routes has come from the router configuration earlier that we specified. So we've already made those and we pass it in here. Now we are going to... See, I don't even know what this message channel is for. Oh, okay, I get it. This is the primary pipeline of MIDI messages through into the router. Message with source ensures we know where each message actually came from, as MIDI.message contains none of our metadata that we need. So methods, yeah, we've got new router creates a new instance of router, and it gives us a pointer to router. Is there a way to, like, oh god, okay. I don't know how do you actually put in an asterisk? Is there like a crazy escape character or something? I don't know. Anyway, what if I do this? Okay. Huh? Huh? No. Oh, there we go. I knew there was a way. There's always a way. I don't want that. Why is this being a link? What is this even linking to? Confused. I don't know. Anyway, new router creates a new router instance. It creates a pointer to a router. It returns the memory address of the instance of the router. Should be spawned as a singleton go routine. So where do we actually call new router from? MIDIpunk.go. Create and start the router. Create routes. We're not actually up to that yet. I feel like this is going to be below there. We're just gonna get rid of all of these. I feel like that's going to be down there. Or we go left to right and we go like that. Oh no, I don't know. Yeah. Not sure. I'll just check it. Now we'll go top to bottom. Really important decisions right now that I have to make at this point, this particular point in time. I'm going to need a hell of a lot more room there anyway, because yeah. Methods. So creates a new instance of router with a given list of routes. Start. Again. Does what it says on the box. Starts the router instance. What does this mean? What this means is it goes through each route. Router routes. It goes through each route. Okay, so a route is a thing, right? A route is a type. Yes. Goes through each route. Goes through each route input. Goes through each route output. So what does it do with the inputs? We get the an underlying array size of 10 and returns a slice of length 0 and capacity 10. Okay. So we are going to starts calls start listening on the route input, stores the stop function for that route input, and then starts a go routine to wrap each received MIDI each received MIDI.message in a message with source. And send it to router.message channel. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I think I'm going to make this even wider. Wide boy. That's good. Goes through each route output. So we've done the inputs. That's fine. That makes a lot of sense actually. So we start listening on that route input to the MIDI ports for incoming MIDI messages from our MIDI devices. The start listening gives us a stop function, so we can stop listening to that when we want to. And then we start a go routine, which takes that input and my bad, which takes the input, and so that we define the go routine and then we run it. So we go define the go routine here. So we go input, which is a route input. Can I actually rename this? I don't. So we want a route input. See, I mean, this is where it gets confusing, because like you've got like it's scoping, it's fine, we can deal with it. It's all called input anyway. So see, this variable is not this variable. And this variable's not, yeah, anyway. So but this one does become this one, which so it's a pointer to a route input. And then we have the wrapped message, which is the memory address to a instance of message with source, which takes the actual MIDI message. I feel like I want to rename that. I wonder if we can. Raw MIDI message. There we go. So that's probably changed some other files now. I don't know. Maybe. Has it? Ding 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 ding. I just want to see raw MIDI message. I don't know. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe not. Where was I? Router. Oh, message with source. Right, so that's raw MIDI message. Oh, so it's all in this file anyway. It's all used in this file. So we call that raw MIDI message as a nicer name for that variable. We have the source port config and the MIDI channel that we received that MIDI message on. And then we are going to, we've got the raw message channel, and we are going to take, we're going to send the wrapped MIDI message to the router's message channel. Beautiful. Okay. That's great. So starts listening. So it doesn't actually go through all the route outputs. We don't need to. goes through each route in routes, and then goes through each route input. I don't know what's going on with these. Okay, there we go. Goes through each. I should probably actually indent these like that. That does make sense. Okay, so once we've done that, then the should route message. So then we go starts a new Go routine, which simply okay, starts a new Go routine. Handle messages for the method for the long running loop. For the long running handle messages method. Cool. Okay, so that makes sense. So this basically loops through router.message channel. In other words, doesn't stop until the channel is closed. So by running this in a Go routine, it is non-blocking. Run on a separate thread. And then on a received message, it goes checks through the on a received message. Okay. On a received message, go through all router.routes. And check if the message check if the input route input that the message with source was received on exists in is defined in this route. If it's not, we continue, e.g. if there's more routes in the router, maybe one of those. uses this route input. If it is found in this route, is defined for this route, get all the routes outputs for this route, apply MIDI transformations, so e.g. channel change, send the new MIDI.message to the get the route output dot sender function. For the route outputs port config MIDI port. Apply the MIDI transformations, send the new MIDI message using the sender function. Carry on to next route until all routes are covered. I mean, that's pretty clear to me. To me. Nice. I mean, at this stage, that is the most important thing, I suppose. So then we are going to go... I almost feel like I've gone away from the whole block diagram thing. Like I was doing here. I've gone way more specific into actually documenting what the methods do. But that's fine. Okay. I mean, what I could do, I could actually turn this into a group. I reckon that is actually a good way to do it. Because then each of these will be in a separate block and I can link to those blocks. Yeah. All right then. Handle messages. So maybe I should start doing that now, just so I've got one less thing to do later. We are going to go should route message. And we are going to create a new group called router, which is a type. Okay, and this is going to be a method. Yeah. Add card. So yeah, this shouldn't be too hard. Let's go. Router. Add card. Start. And properties I think can probably all go in their own card. I think they're fine. Fine on their own. Yep. Should route message. Handle messages. I think I just do parentheses to indicate that this is a method. And then should route message basically takes a message with source, a route input. Does that not get used? I don't think I've actually finished this method yet. I'm just going to put a to do. Is this even finished? There's another extension I need. To do tree. Here we go. Okay. So that can go in there. There we go. All better. All done. So message with source. So I gotta come up with some kind of a symbol here or something, some kind of a card or some. Maybe we just go like this. Go routine. Set color. We'll make it the go blue. So we go routine, handle message. So we can track like how many go routines we kind of have going here. I don't know. What does it do? Apply MIDI transformations. Check if the route input that the message with source was received on. So does handle message, that takes nothing. Oh no, it does. It listens to message channel. Message channel. So we need to make some sort of a channel card as well. So like message. So message channel. And we'll make channels green maybe. I don't know. So yeah, message channel is listened to by handle messages. Listened to by I don't know if we need to go takes a message with source there, because wrap each received MIDI message. So we need to show that this start method is actually listening to MIDI inputs. I mean, that's pretty clear. I don't think I need to split that one out, actually. I think I'm happy with that one just how it is. And the same with this one as well, because they're just type defs with properties. These ones don't have. Although I mean, I could just do this. Route input, which is route input.go, which is a type. I like that. Route output, which is a type, and then route output.go. Same with this, routes, which is type, and that is just simply in, I don't know, route.go. Makes sense. Nice. That is good. Okay. Yeah. And we've got should route message, and we've got apply channel change here as well. So we've got apply channel change, which takes a goodness me, what is going on? Takes a get there one day. Takes a MIDI.message and a target channel and modifies MIDI message. Modifies, turns the MIDI message with the new channel. Easy. We'll go bold italic. Bold italic. Bold italic. I feel like actually making these. Whoopsies. Oh no. There we go. I like making these actual lists, just makes it look clearer too. Super bold. And that's not a list yet. So we'll go like that. Bold italic. Why does this sometimes not become list? I don't understand. Cool. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's a weird world. Mad world. Handle messages. So we've got properties. We don't really need anything special with that. I'll just give it the old bold slanty treatment there. Yeah, that's all looking hunky-dory. Oh, not that one. This one's doing its own thing. It's deciding not to be italic. Here we go. Message channel is listened to by handle messages. Handle messages runs within a Go routine which is owned by start. So the question I have then is, can you stop the Go routine? Like if we go to router and I go to start. Oh, no, that does make sense. Right, because since this loops until we don't need, yeah, so closing message channel, close router message channel. which we do there. So that's pretty important. So we need the stop method, which basically loops through all router.stop funcs and executes them. And stop functions, stopping listening on MIDI ports, and then closes message channel, which allows handle messages to complete. So clears out the sender's cache. So what I'm wondering about that is, what is a sender? And clears the sender cache. Does this actually, we'll go to do, does this actually release the sender resources? I don't know. I think so, because we call get sender on a route output, don't we? Or is it route input? I don't really know. No, it's not. It's neither of them. Is it route? Oh. Sender. Senders, what are you? Stores a map of port IDs. Oh, it's the port. Start listening. Start DIN listening. Create DIN sender. Oh. Yeah. So the sender is actually the hardware thing. So that's this port config, which I need to expand on a little bit more. Yeah. So we should call this port config type, and that is in port config.go. And then we'll call this properties. And then we're going to have the different methods in here as well. Start DIN listening. So create DIN sender. Get port. Right. So create DIN sender. Creates the hardware, creates the sending, the method to send MIDI dot messages to the hardware output. And we don't need, so router actually has the get sender. Right. So the get sender method is actually really important as well. No shit, Sherlock. Like, of course it is. Every method is important. Should be important. Get sender. So, looks in the sender's cache map for an existing sender for the destination hardware port. If not found, inspect the source of the message and open a new hardware port for that destination. It's weird that I kind of do like, I do the USB here, whereas really it should be here. It should be under port config to keep it consistent. I don't know why I've just done it in here. I need to create a USB sender in port config. I'm gonna put a note there to do. Create move to create USB sender in port config. Calling on port config dot create USB DIN sender. Store the new sender in cache for future use. So we're not opening multiple. No. Which saves a heck of a lot of resources. Like a ton. I remember implementing that first and the difference was insane. Opening MIDI ports, serial ports, and USB ports is quite slow. It's comparatively slow to every other operation. Which makes a lot of sense. Get sender. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Create USB sender. to creates the method to send MIDI messages via hardware serial DIN. MIDI-DIN outputs via the hardware serial MIDI-DIN. Creates a method to send MIDI messages to the hardware USB outputs, whether a virtual to the sort of virtual hardware USB outputs. Yeah, that's pretty nice. That is good. That is good. What else we got going here? I need to define config YAML as well. I just need to do it basically a to do on that structure. MIDI IO. Each of these is go routine. Yeah, I don't know. This is far more detailed than anything else. All right. So it's a bit confusing. I think, I mean, maybe, I think the purpose, it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't make any sense because do I need the route output? Does a route just send to all outputs anyway? Maybe. That's a question I have to ask myself and answer. We don't know. And we will never know. No, we will. But not now. Okay. Should route message. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty thorough so far. A lot more thorough than what I had, and it's actually making a lot of sense in my brain now, which is good. Always helps. Calling on port config.create blah blah blah. So yeah, that it's good. So that goes there, that goes there. It's nice because it kind of opens those senders on demand in a way. I don't know if that's actually a bad thing or not. I guess not. Anyway, that's good for now. I'd better save what I've done. Just double check everything. I've renamed a hell of a lot of stuff actually, just to make it clearer. Should rename that too. I should just call it like raw message. Call that one is Chan message. Message with source. Router message channel, so this is message with source as well. Cool. All right, that's good. Route outputs. We are happy with that. We've just renamed stuff. Same with this. Route input. Port config. We've just given some more code documentation. MIDIpunk. We have renamed some stuff. I don't think I've actually changed any logic here. I've just tidied some code on multi-line on some things. Yeah, this is basically just all renaming. All renaming. It's called my own mini. Oh yeah, and then start API server. Holy moly. I wonder how much of that I've done. Huh. USB device detect, so we do that as well. And then keep the main thread running. Okay, that's cool. Oh well, we can finish that later. Just a bunch of code readability improvements. At least in my mind. And code documentation. I should really... No, we'll just... I'd love to be able to export this as a draw.io diagram. See, I had this block diagram, but like, I don't, yeah, it's nowhere near as detailed. And now I'm kind of regretting doing it in Obsidian. Oh, maybe, I mean, I can share this file, can't I? But, I don't know. We'll see if we can export it some other way, but... Okay, don't save. Bunch of code stuff. So, we'll push that up. Alright, and that's it. That's it for me. I'm out of here now. So, ta-ta. If anyone's watching on any VODs, good for you. Appreciate it. Thanks heaps, and follow. You know, like, subscribe. No. But, yeah, seriously. This will be a good little project in the end, so alrighty.